Amazingly, Dr. Phil goes with Tom Holman in Chicago, and he goes on a ride and catches a man who was not supposed to be here. He was here since 2009. His case was with young children, and he's from Thailand. Let's get it.
Along on one of those ice raids as we saw there in Chicago was Dr. Phil McGraw, the TV host embedded with U.S. immigration enforcement officers during an operation in Chicago on Sunday, defending President Donald Trump's deportation effort. Here's a clip of one of those arrests carried out with the Trump administration border czar Tom Holman.
I'm not a sinner. I'm not talking about lawyer.
Yeah. Are you a citizen?
My mom's a citizen.
Your mother's a citizen?
Yes.
But you're not?
Nope.
But you've never been deported before?
You Dr. Phil. Look, Dr. Phil.
Yeah? How do you know me?
No, I seen Dr. Phil, on TV.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is an example of sanctuary cities, right? We got an illegal alien convicted of sex crimes involving children. He's walking the streets of Chicago. Again, the downfall, the problem with a sanctuary city, that people like us walk on the street rather than law enforcement working with federal agents. This is what we're dealing with. Yeah. You've been charged with sex crimes with children?
Not really.
Not really?
All right, and with that, Dr. Phil McGraw joins Top Story once again. He's the host of Dr. Phil Primetime on Merit TV. Dr. Phil, it's great to see you again. So, Dr. Phil, I'm going to ask you this very plainly, right? Everyone knows who you are. You're a psychologist, Hall of Fame broadcaster, you're a celebrity. What exactly were you doing there this weekend on those raids?
Well, Tom, thanks for having me again. It's good to see you again. This is something that I deal with what people are interested in and how it's impacting their lives. And our viewing audience is very interested in these immigration laws and what's happening. It was one of the top issues on people's minds culturally and what's impacting their family. And we talk about the things that people are interested in on Merit TV. And what we want to do is show them with full transparency what's what's actually happening. And, there's been a lot of talk out there about sweeping through neighborhoods, just picking up people indiscriminately, and I wanted to see if that was happening. Part of my embedding within this group was to ask Tom Holman hard questions. I asked him, are you just sweeping through neighborhoods and picking up people that are here illegally? And he said, no, that's not our intention. We have our plan right now is worst first. We're going after those that have the worst criminal records first. And this is a surgical, tactical plan to go in and get those people. And sanctuary cities are not letting them know when they have these people in custody so they can come to the jail and pick them up. And what's happening with sanctuary cities is they're creating that which they want the least, and that is they're causing these agents, as Gabe was talking about, to go into the communities and arrest these people on the job or in their neighborhoods. And when they go in to get someone that's a violent criminal, whoever's with them, they're going to find out who those people are, and they may wind up arresting them as well, because when they run into someone that is in the country illegally, they are going to detain them and move them for deportation. That's not going to happen if they'll let them know when these people are in jail and being released back into the community. They pick them up right there.
Dr. Phil, from what you saw, were these undocumented immigrants being treated humanely?
Absolutely. I was there at 4 a.m. when they had the debriefing. This was a multi-agency meeting with ICE, DEA, ATF, FBI, U.S. Marshals, and their number one concern was the safety of their agents, of all the people in the community, and of the people that they were targeting. Even though they're criminals, they were very concerned with their safety and getting them detained out of the community and into custody safely. They said, let's make sure everybody gets home safely today.
Dr. Phil, so you heard Gabe's reporting there, my conversation with him. Of the, nearly 1,200 people arrested on Sunday, nearly half of those people weren't considered people with criminal records, right? Their offense was that they were here illegally. You just said you were told the worst first. It appears, at least on this day, that's not exactly what happened. Again, as Gabe pointed out, it's very complex. But does it sow doubt now with Americans and maybe with the world that it is going to be a roundup? It's not just the worst first, it's whoever they can grab. Is that your sense?
Absolutely not. But let me tell you, they're in the country illegally, and Tom Holman's intention is if you're in the country illegally, you need to self-deport. Because if they catch you in the country illegally, you could be barred for coming back into the country for a number of years. And if they're forced into the community to arrest these people, they are going to check everyone that's with them at the time, and that's going to mean more people are arrested sooner and taken out of the country before they have an opportunity to leave voluntarily and then apply to come back in. So I'm not surprised that there are people that are being arrested, detained, and processed for deportation that are not violent criminals because they're being forced into the community to arrest these people that they could be picking up in jail and not encountering those people that aren't violent criminals.
Last question here, Dr. Phil.
Illegally.
Last question for you. Let's combine your psychology and the politics, if you will. Will President Trump, because the polls have showed that a majority of people do want undocumented immigrants to be deported, right? The polling is on his side. But if they start deporting the people who were here and here illegally but not committing crimes, and they separate families, or they're taking people out who have children who may be born in this country, are considered Americans, will Trump sort of lose the country, or at least the people who are favoring deporting the people right now, if they start to see those images?
Look, I don't think anybody wants to see families fragmented. And I know there are people that have been here a long time. They've done a good job. They're paying taxes. They're contributing. And I think there is some legislation afoot that I'm beginning to hear about where people could have an opportunity to get work permits and to, if they self-deport, to come back in under visas and things of that nature, where they could have a way to be here and find a path back to the United States, and everybody wants that. Tom, I'm very pro-immigration. We need immigrants in this country. We need them for the workforce. We need their talents, their skills, their abilities. We need so many things that immigrants bring. Our birth rate is too low. We need immigration in this country. We're a country of immigrants. So I think there's got to be a way to work this out. And look, our immigration system is broken. When it takes 7 years to get an immigration hearing where you can get into the country properly, somebody's got to fix that system. So I think there have to be some things where we look for solutions, not just getting people out of the country, but finding a way to get them back into the country.
Dr. Phil, always a pleasure to talk to you here on Top Story. We thank you.
It ended right there, but this guy was serving since 2009. And he has a situation where he's not even supposed to be around kids, not even being in this country. He's in this country legally. His mother's legal, but he's not legal, and he's from Thailand, and he has a thing with kids. So I'm glad that they went and stopped that situation before it even got worse. This is Big Hawk, just bringing you the latest news on Dr. Phil. Doing a ride along with Tom Holman. And they doing a good job. This is Big Hawk, the Holster Street Talk. I'm out.